In today's episode, Maggie asks, how reliable is using programmatic impressions data that's collected in Google Analytics with an understanding of its value and the contribution of programmatic to website conversions to use this value as a proxy and apply to social to give us a better idea of Facebook performance? That's a lot to unpack there. The question that Maggie's asking is, can you use data from Facebook programmatic advertising to draw conclusions about your Facebook's audience performance in general? And it's an interesting question. My first instinct was to say no, but giving it some more thought, the answer is maybe. It may be reliable, but you need to do some math. So to use any kind of advertising data as a proxy for your audience's overall behavior, you have to prove two things. Same people, same actions. So in this case, you'd have to prove your programmatic audience composition, the people that you're reaching with programmatic, is highly correlated to your normal Facebook audience composition. Is it the same people? So, for example, if you go to Facebook Audience Insights and you look at your audience that you have access to there, is it the same as the audience you're reaching for your programmatic audience composition? And you should be able to do that as long as you're keeping custom audiences for both. But you want to look, is it the same age groups? Is it the same gender? Is it the same locations? Do they have the same page likes? Do they have the same interests and affinities? Same political orientation? Whatever factors you can determine about both audiences, you want to see how much they overlap. If you are reaching very different people with your ads than you are with your organic content, then the impressions data that you get from programmatic inside Google Analytics is not going to be helpful, right? Because you're essentially measuring different people. If you're measuring, Suk on this hand, and he's doing, he's a fan of Celine Dion, and you're measuring Margarita over here, and she's a fan of Evanescence, they're going to be very, very different people and have very different behaviors. So same people, make sure they're the same people first. Second, you then have to prove, and this is something you'll do with Google Analytics, you have to prove that they have the same behaviors or similar behaviors. How correlated is your Facebook audience's behavior from organic and from programmatic? And that's something that you're looking for. What pages do they visit on your website? What percentage of the audience converts? Return user, time on page, time on site, all those things that tell you, yes, even you've got similar people and they're behaving in similar ways. And this is different than the similar people because even though you might have the same people, they will behave differently. They can behave differently if they come to you with different intent. If you're running, buy now ads on Facebook, those people that you're obtaining have a different intent than somebody who just clicked on a blog post article and wants to read more, right? You can see just the difference in language alone. Buy now versus read more, you're going to get very different intent, very different behavior, which means that using one set of behavior to try and predict another is not a good idea. So you have to be able to show that these two audience behaviors are the same or are at least highly correlated. And if you can prove both same people and same actions, then you can use that impressions data as a proxy. If you can't prove that, if you can't show, yes, that same people, same actions, then it's not going to be very helpful. And intent matters a lot. If you look at your digital customer journey, you may see Facebook social and then like Facebook paid social, if you've got it configured correctly in Google Analytics, maybe and probably are at different points in the customer journey, right? Facebook organic social, more often than not for a lot of people, is at the beginning of the customer journey, that awareness building. And Facebook paid is sort of, the deal closer. It's what nudges somebody over to filling out that form or picking up something from the shopping cart. If the behaviors are the same because you're running the same type of intent campaigns, then you may have something to work with. So if you are posting on Facebook, organic social, hey, get to know us, and you've also got a hey, get to know us campaign in programmatic, then you may see similar behaviors. But a lot of that is contingent on the analysis. And that brings up one final point. Your programmatic performance will have to mirror and continue to mirror going forward the unpaid performance, right? So if you go from a get to know us campaign to a buy now campaign, the intent changes, and your predictive strength for your model, let's say that yes, you proved same people, same actions when you did the analysis, that may drift because you've changed the intent of the programmatic campaign. So just keep these things in mind as you are trying to do this analysis. The answer is a solid maybe. You have to do the analysis. We don't know enough about your audience to be able to make that determination. If I had to guess, it's probably not a good fit because most people use paid advertising in a very different way with a very different intent than they do unpaid content marketing. Good question, interesting question, challenging question. You got a lot of work to do, got a lot of homework to do, but the answers will be valuable to you. Even if you can't use it predictively, you at least have established and you know much more about your audience now because you've done the analysis and you can see the difference between an unpaid audience and a paid audience. And I think that's an analysis that every marketer should do. As always, please leave your comments below. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and to the newsletter. And if you're subscribed to the YouTube channel, hit the bell icon to be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Want help solving your company's data analytics and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.